Daniel Rodriguez. I'm 16 years old, and on December 22nd, 2024, I died on a basketball court. I was just a regular kid from Phoenix, Arizona. I played point guard for our varsity team, worked weekends at my uncle's auto shop, and spent most nights gaming with my friends online. My mom worked double shifts as a nurse, and my dad drove trucks cross country. We weren't rich, but we had each other. I went to church sometimes with my grandma, but honestly, I was more focused on getting a basketball scholarship than thinking about God. It happened during the fourth quarter of our championship game. We were down by 3 points with 2 minutes left. I stole the ball, sprinted down court, and suddenly felt this crushing pain in my chest. I remember hitting the floor hard, seeing the gym lights spinning above me, and hearing my teammates screaming my name. Then everything went black. But it wasn't really black. It was like stepping out of a dark room into the brightest, warmest light I'd ever seen. I wasn't in my body anymore. I could see the paramedics working on me down there on the court, my coach crying, my mom pushing through the crowd, but I felt no panic, just this incredible peace washing over me like warm water. Then I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around, and there he was. Jesus. I can't really describe what he looked like. It's like trying to explain the color blue to someone who's never seen color. But I knew it was him. I just knew. When he looked at me, everything I'd ever done wrong flashed through my mind. Every lie, every time I was mean to my sister, every bad thought. I should have felt embarrassed or scared. But instead, all I felt was this incredible love wrapping around me like the warmest blanket you can imagine. "Marcus," he said, and his voice was like thunder mixed with my mom's lullabies. "Walk with me." We started moving, but it wasn't like walking on earth. We were floating through what looked like clouds, but they were alive somehow, glowing with soft colors I don't have names for. I wanted to ask a million questions, but all I could do was follow him. "Lord," I finally whispered, "am I dead?" He smiled, and that smile made me understand joy for the first time in my life. "Your body is struggling, but your spirit is very much alive. I have something to show you, Marcus. Something important." Suddenly we were standing on what looked like a mountain, but it stretched endlessly in every direction. Below us, I could see the whole earth spinning slowly like a blue marble. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. "The time is short," Jesus said, his voice growing more serious. "My Father's plan is unfolding exactly as it was written. I want to show you how the pieces fit together." He waved his hand, and suddenly I could see into what looked like different windows in the air. In one window, I saw a man with orange hair standing behind a podium with American flags behind him. I recognized him immediately. "President Trump," I said. Jesus nodded. "My Father has placed him in this position for such a time as this. Watch." In the vision, I saw President Trump making phone calls, meeting with generals, signing papers. But what amazed me was that I could see these golden threads of light connecting everything he did to something bigger. Every decision, every tweet, every meeting was like a chess move in a game I couldn't fully understand. "He doesn't even know it," Jesus said softly, "but every choice he makes is preparing the way for the final battle between good and evil. My Father uses all things, Marcus, even those who don't fully understand their purpose." The scene shifted, and now I was looking at what appeared to be the Middle East. Dark clouds were gathering over Iran, and I could see thousands of people in the streets, some praying, others angry and shouting. "Iran will make a move that seems devastating," Jesus continued, "but it will actually trigger the very events that bring about my return. The rulers there think they're serving their purpose, but they're serving mine." I watched as missiles launched from Iran toward Israel. My heart started racing, but Jesus put his hand on my shoulder, and immediately I felt calm again. "This will happen before the year ends," he said. "But do not fear. Every explosion, every tear, every prayer lifted up in terror will be the birth pains of a new world, my world." Then another window opened, and I saw a tall man with dark hair standing in what looked like a factory full of rockets and cars. I didn't recognize him at first, but somehow I knew his name. "Elon Musk," I whispered. "Yes," Jesus said. "He thinks he's reaching for the stars, but I'm using his gifts to prepare humanity for what comes after the great shaking. The technology he creates, the connections he builds, the platforms he controls, they will all serve to spread my gospel to every corner of the earth in the final days." I watched as Elon's rockets launched into space, as his electric cars drove down highways, as his internet satellites connected remote villages to the world. And I could see those same golden threads weaving through everything, connecting his work to God's bigger plan. But Lord, I said, feeling confused, how does it all connect? Jesus smiled again, and suddenly all three windows merged into one massive vision. I saw President Trump making a decision that would force Iran to act. I saw Iran's response triggering a conflict that would shake the whole world. And I saw Elon's technology being used to broadcast the gospel during the chaos, reaching people who had never heard the name of Jesus before. The enemy thinks he's winning when chaos comes, Jesus explained. But chaos is just the cracking of the old world to make room for the new. Trump, Iran, Elon, they're all part of my father's symphony, Marcus, each playing their part whether they know it or not. I saw Christians around the world falling to their knees in prayer as the conflicts began. I saw Muslims and Jews and people of every faith crying out to heaven for peace. And I saw Jesus himself preparing to step back into the world, not as a baby in a manger this time, but as a king coming to claim his throne. When will this happen? I asked. Sooner than most people think, he said, but later than the fearful believe. My father's timing is perfect, Marcus. Not a moment too early, not a second too late. The visions faded, and we were back on the mountain overlooking the earth. I felt overwhelmed by everything I'd seen, but also strangely excited. Why are you showing me this? I asked. Jesus turned to face me fully, and his eyes were filled with both love and urgency. Because you're going back, Marcus, and you're going to tell people what you've seen. My heart sank. I don't want to go back, Lord. It's so beautiful here, so peaceful. Down there is just hard. He reached out and touched my face, and I felt like a little kid being comforted by the best father in the universe.